What is up, you guys? I hope you're all having a great day, and I'm on Borderlands 2 making another build video. And this build video is going to be about my Mechromancer, and the build video is going to be an electrical Deathtrap combo, and it has a little bit of anarchy in it, not just like one point in anarchy, but I'll explain that along the way. A couple of things I want to mention before the build. This build has somewhat survivability, but not too much. It's usually, or it's actually mostly of an offensive build. Kind of have to play smart with it, take cover, or just like be like just know not to get hit is what I'm trying to say. This build is pretty good for multiplayer and solo. Actually, I'm about to kill PYRO Pete when I show you how the build works. And it's really good in solo and co-op, pretty good. And the other thing I want to mention is that you can build anarchy stacks, but you're not going to be getting as much anarchy or building as much anarchy really quickly. So let's just get started right into the build. First thing, summon Deathtrap. That's unnecessary. It's needed. We're going to go down Little Big Trouble, and we're going to put points into More Pep and Myelin. More Pep just because I need the Electrocute, Ignite, and Slag chance, because I do a lot of electrical damage, obviously. The Ignite chance partners in with Electrical Burn. I'll explain that when I get there. And the Slag chance, it coincides with Intersperse Outbursts, and I'll talk about that later when I get there. So I actually need all those percentages to boost the status effects. Myelin, this skill is kind of debatable. If you have a grounded shield, which just like grants immunity to electrocution, if you have a grounded shield, the shock damage resistance is not necessary, but the shield capacity. So if you just want shield capacity, you can get this. If you just want this for the damage resistance, then if you have a grounded one, don't bother getting this because it's going to be a waste of skill points. Electrical Burn. Like I said, this coincides with More Pep with the Ignite chance. And with the 40% on Electrical Burn and the other extra 20% added to Electrical Burn, gives you a pretty decent amount of percentages. And what this does is that the amount of electrical damage you output, it adds like extra fire damage to your shots, kind of. There's a chance that it would add extra fire damage based on the damage that you deal, the electrocute damage. It's pretty useful, especially if you're fighting fleshies and they're not as immune to electrocute as their shields are, and you got the little electrical burn with the slag too. Next thing, Evil Enchantress. It's a kill skill. I don't like kill skills too much, but this kill skill is the exception. Because when you kill an enemy, all the damage you do, those little tick marks that you see, the DOTs that you get, elemental effect damage, all increase by 60% for a short time. And that is also further boosted by the class mod, since it gives team elemental effect damage plus 57%. Which is also, it's pretty great whenever you use it wisely with electrocute damage and electric burn. It's just a hell of a lot of damage. Shock and Awe. I like this skill because it's a free damage skill. All you have to do is reload, and you barely have to do anything when you reload. Just press X or whatever. Press X on Xbox. I don't know the other controls for PS3 or Steam or PC or anything like that. All you gotta do is reload your thing and you get electrical explosion. Doesn't do a lot of electrical damage, but it's still free damage. Just be careful using this around barrels because it could put you down. Next thing is the Deathtrap ability. 1-2 boom. It's an orb of energy that's blue. Obviously it does shock damage. It does a hell of a lot of shock damage, especially when you have a electrical build Mechromancer. And you should really get this if you don't already have it. It does a shit ton of damage. Trust me, it could pick you up too from far for your life if you have like barely any shots left and Deathtrap just shoots this thing out. Boom! Like, it could save your life. It could save your life. Wires don't talk. extra shock damage. Get that. Just get that. Interspersed outburst. What this does is if you don't shoot an enemy for a short time, you get stacks of interspersed outbursts. And interspersed outbursts adds bonus slag damage. Another skill I like that gives you extra slag damage. The higher the stacks, the greater the chance of slagging a target. Now, there is no 100% surefire way to get interspersed outbursts to activate. What I found out is that when you get to stat cap 5, it's about 80 to 85% chance that it will slag. Not guaranteeing it, but when I used interspersed outbursts, there's a likely chance that it was like 80 or 85. It usually occurred all the time, and it's boosted by the class mod, so I have like more of a chance to slag. Next thing is make it sparkle. This is also free damage. All you have to do is just shoot Deathtrap with any kind of elemental gun, and that's extra damage from Deathtrap to melee with. And you can also change it with whatever element you want. So that's pretty useful. That's it for the little bit trouble tree, and we're going to go down to BFF tree. First thing we're going to do is go to cooking up trouble. This is a really great skill if you're moving place to place. All you have to do is have your magazine full so you can regenerate some health. Really good for moving place to place, or if you're taking cover, getting heavy fire. Just get a full magazine, just sit back behind cover, regenerate health. Next thing is better half. When your magazine is half empty, you get a increased fire rate bonus. Now this thing could save your life if you're using SMGs to get up, but if you're using a Norfleet like I will, this isn't really like relevant. But whenever I do this, like the Florentine or the Thunderball Fist or the Harrow, just like shoots kind of incredibly fast whenever I use this skill. Buck up. Whenever my shield goes down and I'm on solo, I can rely the Deathtrap will get it up 100% because of this skill. If you're in co-op, I can't really guarantee that he will all the time, but stupid Rough Rider thing. If anybody in your game has Rough Rider, they need to fix that. That's for damn sure. But pretty useful skill if you have the B. Another thing if you have the B or any kind of massive shield or anything like that is fancy mathematics. Lower your health, lower your shield, greater chance for shield recharge delay and shield recharge rate bonuses. Also useful with B shield. Pwn has a pony for extra survivability for me and Deathtrap. Upshot robot. Every time Deathtrap kills something, he gets 5 seconds to his duration and increased melee damage per stack every time he kills something. Pretty useful, especially since I use them as a distraction while I just kill everything with electric damage. Another Deathtrap ability, Explosive Clap. This is another skill. It's almost like 1-2 boom. It does massive amounts of electrical damage. And I've seen this thing go up to like 35 million when enemies are slide. And I was like, damn. And they're on OP8, so they have damage resistance since they're about like 10 levels higher than you, 10, 9, something like that. Man, that's pretty impressive too. The next skill is 20% cooler, just so we can send Deathtrap out more frequently. Sharing is caring is an iffy kind of skill because since I use the B shield, he doesn't use the B shield because he's melee. But you can switch out with whatever shield you want, or if you don't want Deathtrap to have a shield, don't get this skill. But I use it just so Deathtrap can live longer and be more of a distraction. Next thing, we're going to go to a ordered chaos tree, and I just put 1 point in the anarchy just because anarchy gives me the extra gun damage. Sometimes I prematurely reload my gun, which kind of sucks because I lose my anarchy stacks, but I have a couple of anarchy stacks, or a good amount of anarchy stacks right now. I don't spec too much into this because I just want to keep it Deathtrap and electric, but I just wanted for the extra gun damage. And that's pretty much the whole entire build. The 4 other skill points that you see in the orange box to the top left in the BFF tree, those 4 points are to do with whatever you want in the skill, or whatever skill points you want to put in. It doesn't really matter. I just put close enough. I put close enough because whenever I increase my anarchy stacks, that accuracy it starts to hurt you, or you start to see the low accuracy. And I just get this since it ricochets off of walls, gives you some extra damage from that shot also. So I'm gonna just put the overview of the build right here, let you look at it for a couple of minutes, or not a couple minutes, a few seconds, and then after that I'm gonna go into the weapons. Yeah, pretty impressive electrical damage. And after I do the weapons, I'm gonna kill PYRO PETE. I'm gonna show you how that build and all of its electrical damage prowess. Alright, here we go with the build. I mean the weapon loadout. Florentine, because it does slag, shock, and if you have electrical burn and max that out as much as you can, it's slag, shock, and fire. Pretty deadly combination, triple threat. Sandhawk, electrical Sandhawk, because Sandhawk by itself with the B is just a murderer, and with the extra electrical damage from Gage's skills, I mean dang. I switch the Thunderball Fist out with the Herald sometimes, because Thunderball Fist is like, if you modify Gage's skill to do a lot of electrical damage, it's pretty much like the equivalent of a Herald. Sometimes I switch those two out, but when I'm fighting PYRO PETE, I keep out the Thunderball Fist, because it takes away his shield rather quickly. Norfleet just for second wins. B shield just to increase the extra electrical damage output, or whatever output we're using, like the Herald, just for that extra damage. Homing Stormfront, I use this because like it's a lot of AoE. I mean, it's a lot of damage over time. It's a high AoE grenade, pretty useful for the Mechromancer, and it does a lot of electrical damage. It's probably the most powerful grenade you can get for Gage. The relic, bread and butter. This relic is bread and butter. More shock damage and increased chance to put Deathtrap out more with the cooldown rate. Bread and butter. The class mod legendary catalyst increases all those shock damage skills and gives you team elemental effect damage. Like I said, it's pretty good for a co-op. Team elemental effect damage, especially with a Siren, man. Siren would kill. And the other weapons, like I mentioned, the Herald, everybody already knows that because it's so OP. And the other thing is the Twister. It's pretty hard to get this gun. I got it from my friend. This gun does a shit ton of damage. Honestly, it does. And I kind of weakened PYRO PETE's shield right there, just a little bit. And I'm gonna kill him for you guys, just to show you how the build works and how much power you can expel. The other good thing about this is that whenever you use Anarchy and raid bosses, you get like so many. You can get like a lot of stacks of Anarchy doing it. And the only reason I put PYRO PETE right here, oh, I just lost all my stacks. God damn it. See, just like that, I'm a premature reloader. Sometimes I do that. Oh well, I'll get them stacks back. But I put PYRO PETE right there just so I can show you guys like how dangerous and how much damage this build can do. I trapped them in there because whenever he's walking around at me, it kind of aggravates me, because he's just like all over the place. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this video helps you. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna kill PYRO PETE for you guys. Hopefully I'll get a legendary. I'll get a Seraph weapon. I know that for sure. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.